Are you feeling overwhelmed by the obstacles in your life? Like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to get ahead? It's a feeling we all know too well. Life can often seem like an endless race, where the more you strive, the further away happiness and peace appear to be. If you're struggling with this, you are not alone. But here's the truth: the struggle doesn't have to be endless. There's a way to break free from this cycle of overwhelm, and it begins with embracing a slower, more intentional life. Slow life, spend less, be happy. That's the mantra we'll explore today. It's about finding contentment not in doing more, but in being more present, in learning how to live a life of intention so that the weight of constant pressure lifts and peace settles into your day-to-day existence. What if I told you that the path to a more fulfilling life doesn't require you to hustle harder, spend more, or keep up with everyone else's expectations? What if the key to happiness is, in fact, the exact opposite? By choosing to slow down, cut back, and focus on the things that truly matter, you can find a greater sense of happiness, security, and well-being. In the next few moments, we're going to explore how you can begin to shift your mindset, break free from the cycle of endless busyness, and build a life that is truly satisfying. I'll share practical, actionable steps that will help you reclaim your time, your energy, and ultimately, your happiness. This cycle of overwhelm feels so pervasive because it's ingrained in the very fabric of our modern society. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded by messages that tell us we need to be more, do more, achieve more. Everywhere we look, there's a constant stream of comparisons, whether it's on social media, in the workplace, or even in our personal lives. The message is always the same: more is better. We've been conditioned to believe that happiness and success are tied to external markers: bigger houses, better jobs, more money, the latest gadgets, the best vacations. We're told that these things will bring us fulfillment, that the more we have, the happier we'll be. But here's the catch: they never do. Each new thing or achievement brings a fleeting sense of happiness. And then we're left chasing the next thing, the next goal, to fill the void. The problem lies in the idea that fulfillment comes from accumulating possessions or achievements. This mindset pushes us to keep moving, keep striving, keep hustling, without ever really stopping to ask ourselves, what truly makes me happy? We become so focused on the future, on what's next, that we lose sight of the present. We live in a constant state of striving, but never truly arriving. And as we chase these external markers of success, the pressure mounts. We feel like we need to keep up with others, whether it's friends, colleagues, or strangers on the internet. This creates an endless cycle of comparison, where we never feel good enough because there's always someone doing more, achieving more, or having more. This constant rush of life leads to a feeling of being stuck on a treadmill. We're moving, but we're not really going anywhere. We might check off items on our to-do lists, but we still feel overwhelmed and unfulfilled. The more we do, the more there is to do. The more we achieve, the higher the bar is set, and we're left scrambling to keep up. This cycle feeds into itself, creating a sense of urgency and a belief that we can't slow down. We feel like if we take a break, if we stop moving, we'll fall behind or miss out. And so we keep pushing, running faster and harder, hoping that the next milestone will bring the fulfillment we're searching for. But it doesn't. What's worse, This never-ending hustle leaves little room for reflection, for joy, for the things that actually make us feel alive. We don't make time for the people we care about, for the activities that nourish our souls, or for simply being present in the moment. We're so busy trying to accumulate more, we forget to appreciate what we already have. In essence, this cycle of overwhelm is built on a false belief that happiness comes from doing and having more. It creates a never-ending loop of striving without ever achieving true fulfillment. And that's why it feels so overwhelming, because no matter how much we achieve, it's never enough. Our society today is built around the concept of hustle. We are constantly told to push harder, move faster, buy more, and do better. It's almost as if success is measured by how busy we are. We fill our schedules, our homes, our lives with things that we believe will bring us joy, only to find that, in the end, we're still left feeling empty. This busyness doesn't just steal our time, it steals our peace, our joy, and our well-being. It leaves us running on fumes, constantly trying to keep up with a never-ending list of tasks. We believe that more stuff, more money, more achievements will bring happiness. But in reality, this frantic pace leaves us anxious, overwhelmed, and perpetually dissatisfied. If we don't address this cycle, the consequences can be dire. We risk burnout, we risk our mental health, and we risk the relationships that matter most to us. We lose sight of what truly brings us joy, and instead, we become slaves to external pressures, whether that's a demanding job, societal expectations, or a constant desire to keep up with others. But here's the thing, you don't have to live this way. I know it might seem like a hard habit to break, but trust me, there is another way. A way that doesn't require sacrificing your happiness for the sake of chasing more. The first step to breaking free from this cycle is a shift in mindset. It's about recognizing that life doesn't have to be a race. It's not about doing everything at once or having everything you think you should have. It's about embracing the power of simplicity, slowing down, and finding joy in what truly matters. This shift starts by examining your beliefs about what brings happiness. For many of us, we've been conditioned to think that happiness is tied to material success or external achievements. But the truth is, happiness isn't found in things. It's found in moments, in connection, and in living with intention. Start by asking yourself, what really matters to me? What brings me peace? What are the things that nourish my soul? Once you start identifying these things, you can begin to make intentional choices that align with your true desires, rather than being driven by the need to conform to external expectations. Now, let's get practical. Here are some steps you can take to start embracing a slower, more intentional life. 1. Practice mindfulness. Take time each day to simply be present. Whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a walk in nature, grounding yourself in the present moment will help you slow down and reclaim your peace. 2. Set boundaries. One of the reasons we get caught in the hustle is that we overcommit ourselves. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Protect your time and energy. 3. Simplify your life. Start decluttering your space, both physically and mentally. Remove the distractions, the unnecessary items, and the commitments that aren't serving you. Create space for what truly matters. 4. Focus on experiences, not things. Instead of seeking joy in material possessions, focus on the experiences that bring you happiness. Spend time with loved ones, explore new places, or invest in hobbies that make you feel alive. 5. Set small, achievable goals. Instead of trying to accomplish everything at once, break your goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. Celebrate each small victory along the way. 6. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and it helps you appreciate the present moment. These steps might feel small at first, but trust me, when practiced consistently, they can have a profound impact on your life. They will help you reclaim your time, your energy, and your happiness. But let's be honest, changing old habits isn't always easy. You might face challenges along the way. You might encounter doubts, fears, or resistance from others. It's normal to feel uncomfortable when you're trying to break free from long-held patterns. The fear of falling behind is real. It's something that many of us carry with us, especially in a world that constantly praises speed, productivity, and relentless hustle. We've been conditioned to think that if we're not constantly moving, we're somehow losing out. We fear that if we slow down, we'll be left behind, that others will pass us by, and we'll lose our momentum. But here's the truth. Slowing down doesn't mean giving up, and it doesn't mean you're any less capable or driven. In fact, it's the opposite. Slowing down means you're giving yourself the opportunity to live with purpose. It means you're allowing yourself the space to reflect, to grow, to heal, and to build a foundation for sustainable success, not just the kind that burns you out. When we're caught in the whirlwind of constant hustle, we often neglect our emotional, mental, and physical health. We push ourselves to the edge, telling ourselves that we'll rest when we make it. But the thing is, success isn't a destination. It's a journey. And to thrive on that journey, we need balance, not exhaustion. By slowing down, you allow yourself to recharge, to refocus, and to make better, more thoughtful decisions. You might worry that without the constant rush, you'll lose your edge. But slowing down doesn't mean you stop moving forward. It means you become more intentional about the way you move. You start focusing on what truly matters. You give yourself the chance to assess what's working in your life, what's draining your energy, and what's bringing you closer to your true goals. When you're constantly on the go, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. You're so focused on checking boxes, meeting deadlines, and fulfilling obligations that you forget to ask yourself why you're doing it all in the first place. Slowing down gives you the opportunity to reconnect with your deeper purpose, to remember the passion that drove you to start this journey in the first place. Think about it this way. When you're constantly in motion, you're never truly aware of what's going on around you. You miss the moments of beauty, the moments of connection, and the moments of learning that happen when you're fully present. Slowing down opens your eyes to those moments. It allows you to experience life in a way that's more fulfilling and meaningful. And here's the powerful part: when you take the time to slow down and invest in yourself, you'll find that you're actually more productive and effective in the long run. You'll approach your work, your relationships, and your goals with a clearer mind and a more balanced energy. You'll find that you're not just chasing success for the sake of it, but you're creating a life that aligns with your true values, a life that brings you lasting fulfillment. So, don't let the fear of falling behind stop you from taking this step. Slowing down is a powerful choice, one that empowers you to reclaim control over your life. It gives you the space to heal, to reflect, and to build a future that's grounded in your true desires. not in the pressure to keep up with the world around you. Remember, thriving isn't about how fast you go, it's about how well you live, how aligned you are with your own path, and how deeply you connect with the world and people around you. Slowing down doesn't just keep you in the race. It makes you run it in a way that's truly meaningful. There will always be obstacles on the path to change. You may face external pressures, doubts from others, or even your own internal resistance. But remember, the journey is not about perfection, it's about progress. Keep your vision clear and your focus strong. When doubts arise, remind yourself that you are on the path to something better. You are choosing a life that is in alignment with your true desires, and that is a journey worth pursuing. As you continue to take these steps, you'll start to see changes. You'll feel more at peace, more connected to yourself, and more fulfilled in the things that truly matter. You'll begin to recognize that happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate through intention and mindfulness. Success stories of those who have embraced this slow life are all around us. Take the story of Emily, a woman who was caught in the rat race of corporate life. She was constantly stressed, always chasing the next promotion, the next paycheck. But when she hit a breaking point, she decided to slow down. She simplified her life, set boundaries, and focused on what truly brought her joy, spending time with her family, cultivating her hobbies, and reconnecting with her inner peace. Over time, Emily found that by doing less, she was actually achieving more. She felt more fulfilled, more present, and more aligned with her true self. You, too, can have your own success story. It starts with the decision to slow down, to prioritize what matters, and to embrace a life that brings you joy. The journey of slowing down, of embracing a more intentional life, doesn't end with a single decision or moment of clarity. It's not a one-time fix or a simple switch that you can flip. Instead, it's an ongoing process, a continual journey of growth, learning, and self-discovery. It's about making a commitment to yourself to keep evolving, keep questioning, and keep making choices that align with your values and your deepest desires. Once you've taken those first steps to slow down and refocus, it's crucial to remember that maintaining this mindset takes effort. It's easy to slip back into old patterns, especially when life gets busy or when external pressures mount. But don't let that discourage you. Growth isn't linear. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you fall off track, and there will be moments of doubt. But that's all part of the process. To sustain your progress, you need to keep practicing the habits that got you here in the first place. Mindfulness, intentionality, and reflection, these aren't just things to check off a list. They need to become a way of life. Start each day with a few minutes of mindfulness. Center yourself, check in with your emotions, and remind yourself of what truly matters. This will help you stay grounded and focused on the present moment, no matter what external pressures come your way. In addition to mindfulness, it's important to set new goals. These goals should align with your desire for a life that feels purposeful, not rushed. Take the time to define what success looks like for you, based on your own values, not someone else's expectations. Remember, these goals don't have to be grandiose or overwhelming. It's about progress, not perfection. Break your larger goals into smaller, actionable steps, and celebrate each milestone along the way. This will help you stay motivated and remind you that you are making progress, no matter how small it may seem at times. Focus on the things that bring you peace and fulfillment. Life will always throw distractions at you, but your mission is to stay connected to what nourishes your soul. Whether it's spending quality time with loved ones, engaging in creative pursuits, getting outdoors, or simply taking time for yourself, prioritize these activities. When you're aligned with what brings you joy, you're less likely to fall into the trap of overcommitting or chasing things that don't truly matter. Another essential part of sustaining your progress is continuous self-reflection. Set aside time regularly to evaluate where you are on your journey. Are you still aligned with your goals? Are there new habits you want to cultivate? Is there something in your life that's no longer serving you? This process of introspection helps you stay on track and make adjustments when needed. It keeps you accountable to yourself and ensures you're always growing and evolving. One key element to maintaining momentum is celebrating your small wins. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that big achievements are the only ones worth celebrating, but every step forward is important. Whether it's successfully saying no to an obligation that doesn't align with your values, or simply taking time to rest when you need it, these small victories are what will build the foundation for long-term success. Don't wait for a major life event to acknowledge your progress. Celebrate each moment of growth, each choice that brings you closer to a life of peace and fulfillment. But as you move forward, be gentle with yourself. The journey of personal growth isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. You're going to have days where things don't go as planned, where you struggle to keep up with your new habits, or where the pressure of life feels overwhelming again. That's okay. What matters is that you don't give up. You're still on the path. And every day is a new opportunity to realign with your goals and your intentions. This is why it's so important to avoid burnout. If you push yourself too hard, if you try to maintain a pace that isn't sustainable, you'll find yourself back at square one, exhausted, disconnected, and overwhelmed. Maintaining balance is key. Practice self-care. Take breaks when you need them. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you feel like you're drowning. Remember, you don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to do everything at once. Take it one day at a time, and honor your need for rest and rejuvenation along the way. The beauty of this journey is that it doesn't have an end point. Personal growth, mindfulness, and intentional living are lifelong practices. The more you continue to practice them, the more natural they will become. You'll find that the more you slow down, the more you'll uncover about yourself, your desires, your passions, and the things that truly bring you joy. You'll find that living intentionally isn't a burden. It's a gift that allows you to experience life more fully. So, keep going, keep practicing, keep refining. Life isn't about reaching a destination. It's about how you live along the way. By embracing a slower, more mindful approach, you're giving yourself the best chance to thrive, not just today, but for the long haul. Keep taking those small steps and watch how they accumulate into a life that feels purposeful, peaceful, and deeply fulfilling. As you grow, be kind to yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism, thinking that if you don't get everything right, you've failed. But this journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. Celebrate the small wins along the way, and remember that every step you take brings you closer to the life you want to create. Now, take a deep breath and commit to one small action today. The journey may not be easy, but you are capable, and the rewards, they will be worth every step. The life you desire is within your reach. You have the power to slow down, to live intentionally, and to find happiness no matter where you are in life. So start today. You've got this.